Hey there, interwebs. We are now inarguably at least halfway through the screaming 20s, and as we venture into the coming year under full steam, let's take a look at the icebergs ahead, by which I refer to the near future of this channel. Before this month is finished, I hope to have a new Weird Animal Facts video out, as it has become something of a New Year's tradition here. Expect it closer to the end of the month, because I don't plan to post anything in February, but March, as long-term viewers know, always brings a Pi Day video. I'm toying with two potential ideas for a video on April 1st, and one of them is another volume of original facts. Although I don't have any concrete plans for the summer, I may post more flag-shaming or bouldering videos, and I have a full slate of content already planned for spooky season. After Halloween though, who can say? The big update relating to this channel, however, is that I now have a Tumblr blog, link in the description. How does that relate to the channel, I hear you ask? Short answer, it means How Fascinating is going away, but fret not. It's not ending, just going. Specifically, it's going to Tumblr. You see, the process of creating an episode of How Fascinating begins with an idea, usually sparked by discovering some interesting factlet. I then research the topic while writing the script, bouncing back and forth to create a rough draft before editing it for clarity. I then find images to accompany it, and edit the script as needed, but this can be harder than it sounds. Some topics, such as medieval religious art, aren't hard to find appropriate images for, whereas other more conceptual topics, like the history of the ampersand, don't really lend themselves to visual media, but in its current guise, How Fascinating is essentially a slideshow, so there must always be something on screen. Once I have my images, I record the script, edit the audio, and put everything together in a video editing program, then post it to YouTube. My favorite part of this process is the research and the writing, because I'm a writer who loves learning new things, but every phase after this is a more tedious slog than the one which preceded it. That's why I've decided to transition How Fascinating from a video series to an ongoing set of blog posts on Tumblr. Or perhaps I should say, back to Tumblr. I don't believe I ever mentioned it before on this channel, but How Fascinating actually began not as a YouTube video series, but as a Tumblr blog. I eventually left Tumblr, however, and moved the series over to YouTube, where it has become immeasurably more popular. The first half dozen or so episodes were the original blog posts, which is partly why they're so short compared to later installments. This is all to say that How Fascinating isn't so much exploring new territory as it is returning to its roots. This way, I'll still be doing the research and writing, which I love, and I only have to include relevant images without the need to fill visual space. Writing installments as blog posts will require less work, and I can edit them, unlike YouTube videos, which are basically impossible to change once uploaded. I'll also be able to include links to my sources in the body of the post, and not just below it, as with a video description. Ultimately, if you're a fan of the series, this move is actually good news, because it means I'll be able to post How Fascinating installments more than just a few times per year. How many I manage to put out in 2026 remains to be seen, but I'll see you there. Thanks for watching, and have a happy new year.